They're going to report anybody and everybody they suspect of having a firearm, illegal or not, and then this will give the police the probable cause to go into your home illegally, search it for other contraband, and arrest you for that, and probably take your gun even if it's legal. They've done it before. They'll do it again. Larry Pratt, what's your take?
Well, it's a really slick plan if you like the way they did business in Nazi Germany or in Soviet Union or in Castro's Cuba. It's a surefire plan to make sure that nobody trusts anybody, that it's impossible to conspire against the government, even politically, let alone any other way, because you may be talking to a snitch that's going to turn you in.
And in my playbook tonight, as if healthcare reform doesn't have enough problems, now the gun lobby's getting in the act trying to shoot it down. The Gun Owners of America organization is telling its members that the healthcare bill that we're considering in America will let President Obama take away their weapons. Let me bring in the executive director of that group, Larry Pratt. Mr. Pratt, explain your position on this. Do you really believe that if we pass health care reform in this country, that it's going to restrict gun ownership? I need an explanation on this one. Good to have you with us.
Good evening, and thank you for having me on. There's two main concerns that we have with this health care legislation. The first is that for quite some time there's been a building of privacy invasion starting in 2007. Medical records were had to be computerized and sent to the FBI if they had anything to do with you might be a danger to self or others. No trial, no conviction, no due process. Just send the names over and away goes the right to keep and bear arms.
So you think the database and all the information gathering would help law enforcement deny, and laws help deny people getting guns?
Denying is not the problem. It's doing it without due process, without a trial, without any of those sorts of protections that a real criminal would have. And so we're treating people as if they were criminals.
Well, what if somebody's got a mental condition? I mean, would you want Mr. Hassan, after all he wrote, would you think it's okay for him to go in and buy a gun because he ended up shooting and killing a bunch of people and wounding another 40? I mean...
Well, I think instead of ignoring his jihadi tendencies, as the review board did and said, well, we don't have enough Muslims in the military, so we got to let him go through, I think the thing to do would have been, at a minimum, kick him out of the military and maybe go from there.
With what I think about Americans who think they need guns to protect themselves from their own government. We start with today's pro-gun rallies in Washington and Virginia. Larry Pratt is Executive Director of Gun Owners of America, and Skip Coryell is the founder of the Second Amendment March. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Larry, what do you make of the U.S. government? Is it bad?
The U.S. government is too big. It has powers that it's exercising that are unconstitutional, socialistic, and I think that is the mood that more and more Americans are coming to realize is shared with a lot of their friends and neighbors, and I think we're aiming to take it down a peg or two.
It's a great country, isn't it, Larry? And we do have our freedoms. We just proved it. You guys with all this paranoia are crazy. There's plenty of freedom in this country.
Coming up,
I prove it every night, sir.
Thank you, Chris.
Every night I prove we have freedom. Thank you very much for coming on, and you've helped prove it with me. President Obama's coming to New York.
Larry Pratt, Executive Director of Gun Owners of America. Larry, are you a married man?
I am indeed, very happily for several decades.
Did you get a Valentine's Day card from your wife?
I did not, but you know, it's only fair, Glenn, because I didn't send one either.